What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be checking Spider-Man Remastered, running on PlayStation 5. Now, the fact that it's a remaster obviously means that it has better graphics, better performance, and couple of other things here and there. But for the most part, this is pretty much the same Spider-Man game as you probably played or many played on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro. Obviously, the game looks good, and I would say even better because like textures are much better and stuff. However, the big thing about this version is that it offers ray tracing as well. Now, I turned off ray tracing because, well, with ray tracing off, you've got better textures and that kind of stuff. Actually, I think that in like normal 4K, dynamic 4K 60 frames per second mode, the game actually looks better, right? Because everything is just sharper. In old modes, Spider-Man, this game runs at dynamic resolution, and as impressive the ray tracing mode is, it's running at lower resolution, sacrifices a little bit of graphics. So yeah, reflections are cool, but you know what? During the gameplay, you don't really pay attention to it that much because you're focusing on the store, on the actual gameplay, right? So that's what it is. And if you actually look at the game, it's highly populated. Like there's a lot of NPCs and cars. Everything is smooth, 60 frames per second.
He's corrupted.
This game is actually running at high resolution and frame rate, which is great, because sometimes you've got these performance resolution modes where you sacrifice one over the other. I think you've got this one as well over here, but I don't think it's actually necessary. I can run it at 30 frames per second. It's going to be even a higher resolution, but problem is that I don't want to start this again. I will actually probably make another video soon, comparing these modes and stuff. But there's 4K 30 frames per second mode, there's dynamic 4K 60, and there's ray tracing mode, which runs like close to 1080p. It's like 1200p. But hey, it's still impressive because it's 60 frames per second. So ray tracing mode at 60, that's quite a bit of achievement, I must say. So well done, I wanted to say Naughty Dog. Well done, Insomniacs, really. Like I said, the game is super smooth. I like that swinging kind of thing. You don't necessarily have to. It's a GTA kind of game where you go around the city doing kind of missions and stuff, but you don't need a car because this is what you do, and it's actually you are faster than a car if you pay attention, right? So it's always nice to travel this way. Now, if you look at the map, there's a bunch of stuff to do in this game. Obviously, this is the main mission. Oh, sorry, the menu is in Polish. It doesn't matter really. So there's always a main mission here and there. On top of that, you've got these blue ones, which are side missions and stuff. There's other stuff to do, like you've got these like special places where you have to take pictures of. You get actually like a points for it. There's places which like a bases you have to free up. Basically kill everyone in the base and stuff, right? You can chase drones, chase pigeons, and I'm not even joking. I did a bunch of those missions. Oh, there's one, right? So you are literally chasing pigeons, right? And you get points for that as well. There's some other stuff here to do as well. This is where I am right now. There's some kind of detective kind of missions where usually it's all about like checking where the contamination comes from and that kind of stuff. or some other stuff. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff to do in this game, to be honest with you. Oh, you kind of there's a Catwoman in this game, well, sort of, and you have to find cats and make pictures of them. So like there's a lot of pointless stuff, right? But sometimes it's just fun to kind of like chill out and do all this stuff, for an hour, because obviously story missions are more heavy and more action packed and scripted and that kind of stuff. And Spider-Man is actually a game where there is a lot of scripted stuff and kind of cinematic stuff, if you know what I mean. So walk and talk kind of sections. There's some stealth missions as well. So all variety of different stuff. Car chases. Obviously, you are not in the car. You're chasing cars by swinging through the city, of course. But you know what I mean by that. But basically, doing all these side missions and all these other stuff is kind of like fun, to be honest with you. You can just enjoy without having to focus on story or whatever, right? It's just a lot of fun. You fight crimes whenever you can actually kind of scan environments and to search for some stuff to do over here, as you've seen. Like if you press there's a crime going on over there, so let's check what's that all about. The fighting mechanic is pretty cool. It's sort of like, I guess it's nothing kind of new in a sense that it's very Batman-like, to a degree, of course. There's some it's not like copy paste stuff, but because you can use
Oh boy, rockets! They got rockets.
objects and stuff. But I think you can do it in Batman to a degree as well. Oh, that's what happens when you talk and fight and talk. Oh, I will die in a minute if I don't do something. There we go. Now, of course, I'm like I'm further in the game, so I've got some special abilities here and there, which helps me a lot with stuff. I will show you that in a minute. Oh. There we go. So I think I beat them all. There we go. So there's always something interesting to do. You can throw stuff into whatever. Yeah, if you check the menu, obviously, sorry, that's all in Polish, but I just want to show you that like you've got different costumes, so you can as you progress through the game and you do missions and stuff, you get these costumes unlocked. Some of them you have to buy, and you need to gain some extra points by doing some missions to actually unlock them as well. You've got some abilities as well over here. Costume modifications, you unlock it. Obviously, there's like limited amount of them you can actually use, and over here as well. And there's some gadgets. So basically the web stuff over here. You can upgrade it as well, and some other stuff over here, right? You've got these bombs and stuff, right? And some traps and stuff, right? I mean, some of them I didn't even unlock it, as you can see, because everything requires these kind of like coins or points, and you have to do stuff actually to unlock them. And I've been, lately I've been focusing mainly on the story. I will have to do some side missions probably after this video to unlock some of this stuff, because like during combat, especially later in the game, all this stuff helps, because you've got these special abilities, and these help, especially when you fight like number of enemies at the same time. So that's always good to have that kind of extra abilities, extra
A shooter.
equipment, I
That's
guess,
not good
right?
for anybody.
So yeah, let's fight those guys as well.
If this is over a parking space, it would be so New York.
When they throw stuff at you, you can, throw it back, which obviously deals damage to them as well. So there we go. There we go, another one down. So
Oh, you can't
yeah,
fool
so
me,
if
you
you
tough
want
luck
just to if you
exterior.
would just want to
You love
chill, you
me, and
can
I
do
love
all
you
these
back.
stuff. You get points for it and stuff, right? So
Firefights at military
that's always
checkpoints.
good.
Not quite the New York I remember.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm really curious to find out what the Wolverine is going to be all about. Now, I'm not really the biggest fan of like these comic books and those superheroes. So I am of an opinion that like making there's something going on over there.
It's not like Sable
Making a
International's on my friends
superhero game
list.
just for
The
sake
demons are
of
way worse.
doing that makes no sense. But if you've got a good developer like Insomniac doing these games, well, yeah, that's something different
So you guys
because
terrorists or criminals?
yeah, they
I
know how
can't
to
keep
do
it
this
straight.
stuff, right? So there you go. Full concentration. Okay, let's take these guys down as well. Just why not? Oh, oh, sorry. I thought these are bad guys, but they're not. Oh, there's one left there. Although these soldiers, I guess, for hire, well, they don't really like me either. So I guess no
Or
harm
Sable ought to
done.
put me on the payroll.
There we go, another one. Yeah, so guys, the game is really fun. This is the thing about Spider-Man. It's not even the fact that it's a Spider-Man game. It's just a good game. There's a lot of stuff to do. I'm very impressed from technical perspective what they actually achieved with on well, even on PlayStation 4, if you look at the size of the city and all the buildings and stuff, you can actually do it over here. Now on PlayStation 5, you've got ray tracing, 4K or 60 frames per second on dynamic 4K, 60. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't played that game yet, do it, do it. I think the only way you can actually get this game is by buying Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales with, I think it's like Ultimate Edition, something like that. I don't know how it's called because there's like two editions. One is just Miles Morales, and I think it's like $40, or it was $40, and there's the kind of a bundled version with Spider-Man Remastered, and I don't think you can buy Spider-Man Remastered like as a separate product, which is kind of weird to be honest with you, right? And well, if you ask me, the Spider-Man owners should get that for free anyway. But you know how Sony is with paying for their products. I mean, yeah, I know, I get it. They are entitled to it. It's their products and stuff, right? You don't want it, you don't buy it, right? You don't have money, you don't buy it. And there's other ways to actually get games cheaper. And no, I'm not talking about like stealing or pirating games. I'm talking about buying secondhand and that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, if you haven't got that game yet, if you haven't played it for some reason, do it. Especially on PlayStation 5, it's worth it because they improved this game big time. So guys, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.